Hello and welcome to Wallybois, and today we're going to make a knob but out of wood, okay? We're make a knob out of wood for me hand plane that I've been restoring, that I put down, where it is, that one. Alright, now we made the totes, which is hard, okay, and I'm quite happy that's how it's looking. It's my usual kind of style with the little finger grip, so it fits my hand perfectly. And it does, if you find it doesn't, you just get a bit of sandpaper and just clean it about until you're happy that you're comfortable with it. Now, we're at the stage now where it needs its new knob. Now, it has got a knob, alright? This hand plane has got had the original knob. I don't like these knobs, okay? I never have done. They don't feel right. It's just I don't know, like a light bulb. It's not my cup of tea at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new knob in, well, my style. I call it my mushroom knob. Okay? And it's got nothing to do with the clamp. No. Okay, here we go. This shape knob, like that. Okay, and this one is cherry and walnut on this Stanley Bailey No4. And I've got the cherry handle here, all right, or tote. So we're going to be using oak this time. It's a very old piece of oak. It came out a piece of old barnwood. And you're using a long grain, same as what the original tote is. Or is it? I don't know, I can't tell. This tote, no, is it long grain? Yeah, that's long grain. Yeah, that's fine. Whew. Doesn't really matter anyway, not the knob. It matters on your tote what direction the grain is. Generally speaking, you get the grain, you usually have to try and get the grain at a slight angle with the tote. But the knob doesn't really matter that much, to be fair. Although it's just a little bit easier to turn if the grain's going that way. Alright, because if you're going that way, you're more likely to catch it and split it. Now we've got to prepare our piece of wood for our knob. Okay? Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the bench, let's get it prepared, find our centres and what have you, and then we'll start turning it on the old lathe. So come over here, I'll put you over there, that's it. That's probably the best place to put you. Just there. That'll do. And oh crike, I need to set the chat as well. I haven't done that yet. Blimey. I'll do it as we go. Right, so we've got to find the centrepiece of our block of wood, which is actually really easy to do. You just got to, mark your corner, from corner to corner, create a cross, and you've got your centre. We'll do it on both ends. I also remove some material as well. So let me just get this up. There we go. Oh, I put the wrong code in. Done it again. And again. Okay, yeah. Oh, we're there. Blimey. These things are sent to try me, that they are. Okay, let's go and get the chat up. Yeah, I'm live apparently, according to this. And it's going to be... We've got 25 people watching already. Isn't that nice? That is. Sorry about my back. Anyway, I'm back. So, let's mark the centre of our knob. So I'm just using a red pen, a pencil, could be any colour you well like. It don't matter. So I'm just marking corner to corner, cross, and now I've got the middle of my block. I'll do the same on this end. Now this particular knob is slightly fatter than a traditional knob on a hand plane. It's about 50 millimetres or 2 inches in diameter. So I've got my centre there, and then we'll grab a compass. Where's my compass? Oh, there it is. I've got my compass. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a circle. Now the reason for that is I want to remove as much material, or some of the material, before we put it on the lathe. Now you could put it straight on the lathe square, but why make life difficult? Okay? So why don't remove some of it with a bandsaw if you've got it, or a hand plane even, you know? So that is the shape, the size I've got at the moment. It's not going to be the size, it's going to be slightly smaller than that. There's a few little shakes in the edges of the piece of wood because the piece of wood is really, really dry, but that will be taken out once we start creating our knob on the lathe. The lathe will remove it for me. That it will. One end is going to have the centre on the lathe, and the other end is going to have a chuck. Now, being it's square at the moment, you could just use the chuck because it's a 4-jaw chuck, and it could just grab hold of it like that if you want. But the problem with that is you've got these, you're quite close to it with the chisels, so you try. You can imagine what happens if you hit, you get caught on the bum jaws of your chuck. It can hurt, rip the chisel out of your hands. So I'm gonna have a go with this long grain. So it might not be very accurate, but I'll have a go on the bandsaw and just see if we can remove a little bit off there. I don't go right to that line, but if I can remove some of it, it's going to help. Hello, David Hook. Oh, that's just... Sorry, David Hook, I'm not interested. That's not what the... Hello, the Libyan. I'll put him on... we don't do that sort of thing on here, mate. It's not what this channel is about. We're about woodwork. We're not about Lord and Jesus and stuff like that. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm not a problem with it. It's just it's not what this channel's about. So that's the lathe I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using that and this centre here, which has got a bearing in it, and that's the chuck key for the chuck that I had on there. Where do I put that? I could show you, can I? And I don't know. Oh, here it is. This is the chuck I just took off. Yeah, it's a 4-jaw chuck. So basically you can hold things out square, but then you've got these things that you can end up whacking onto your chisels as it's spinning around. It's okay with doing big stuff or longer stuff or bowl work and stuff like that work quite well. So I've got stuff in my way, like usual. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to remove some of that material on the bandsaw. Hello, Marty McFly. Hola! Right. So let's use this little bandsaw here. I think I'll do the job. Is it sharp enough? That's the other thing. I don't know, it might be. Can't remember. Let the bandsaw do the work. Don't force it. Release it every so often. Yep, just a bit off there, that'll do. That'll do. Oh, my ends aren't cut square. Oh well, never mind. That's why they're coming out of the taper. I'm releasing the bandsaw blade every so often, so I know that I'm not influencing the cut. But considering I haven't actually trimmed the end square properly, it doesn't really matter that much. To be honest, you can use absolutely anything to trim them off to get a little bit rounder if you wanted to. But I just noticed I hadn't actually cut the end that end square. But it don't matter. So what we're going to do is I'm going to help the chuck a little bit because there's 2 little spikes got to go in. So I'm going to mark them on there. So with a chisel. And the other end, I'm just going to put a bit of a dimple in it, and the other end, just so I can get it on. So make sure it's in properly and it's not going to come flying off the chuck. It's happened to me so many times. I don't want it to happen on camera. But if I can help it, it'll be. Oh, I'll put it there. It'll be like a snuff video. All right. And this is for the little hand plane, the number 4 smoother, which we've been cleaning up. This one here, and I put a new toe on it, and I'm just going to make a new knob for it. That's what we're going to do. So I just want to help that end a little bit by putting a notch in the end with a chisel. Yeah, that one's better. Yeah, that one was better. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Just like so. I do. And this end, oh, I don't know what I might do. I might even put a little tiny hole with a drill bit. Just to get it started. Make sure it's in the centre then. I'll do that. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, do. I ain't sharpened my chisels or anything, so we'll see. Yep. So back to the lathe. The first job, I need to make this into a cylinder first. And now I know my other plane over there and the ones behind me, they are literally 50 mil. So you see I've got some room to play with there, because this is currently about 60, is it? Yeah, about 60 mil square. So about just under 2.5 inches square. So let's go to the lathe. Got to plug it in first, you know. Yeah, that would help, wouldn't it? So if I plug it in, for dragging. I always unplug this because it has a transformer in it and it's constantly running otherwise. I have a solenoid in there. Right, what am I doing over there? That's good. Oh! Right. These overalls here are quite good for this because they've got elasticette sleeves. And I've got actually a wood turner's apron over there as well if I want to put it on. But I can't be bothered to go and change it. And no, I've got to make sure that is in the right place. So that's right. Otherwise I'll just twist around. And I'm going to whack it on there. Well, I don't need to whack it on there. This will do the job of whacking it on there. Oh yeah, squeezing that on, it should do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, that's engaged. I think. I hope. Now, the end of that's going to be the base is that end because those shakes go deeper over there. They pretty much disappear. I've cut most of it out. It was a much bigger piece of wood, but it had huge dark shakes in it because this was a really old, dry piece of barnwood, bit of old beam. So let's make sure that is in. I ain't even sharpened my chisels. Oh dear, that's going to be interesting. It's not too bad. Got some diamond sharpeners down there just to. And where's my round one? Oh, I want that. And I want my steel. Where's the steel? I'm a steel. So I got my steel, which is literally just a drill bit inside the handle that I made. And that's a good way, you know, sorting your burr out. So you put the steel like that. Da 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 da. Hit it with my elbow. So we're virtually all the way around. So the next stage now is to get it down to diameter. So I can grab some verniers, or I could use something like these if I wanted to. Got a rule for it here. like that. So I can, if I grab the other plane again, and we can use that as my pattern. What do I do with that? Oh, it's behind me. I'm losing my mind, I am. Absolutely losing my mind. So, let's put this up here. Oh, Chisel and Nizzle. Hello, Chisel. Hello, Hamadora. Hello, Billy Kershaw. Oh, yeah. I know what you're on about, Billy. Oh, there. Hello, everybody. I hope you're well. So, we're going to carry on doing this. I've got my plane, which I'll put up there so it don't vibrate off. And I'm just going to get my measurement. Oh, come back here. Sprung. Gone too far. That is, so I don't want my outside cylinder measurement is going to be. I'm slightly over, just 3mm over. So I just need to get that down to that size there. Currently it's not, is it? It's bigger. Because it won't go over. Not yet. Not yet. Not far off. Spot on. Alright. It's actually going to be slightly smaller. By the time you sand it, it's going to be smaller than that anyway. So what I'm going to do is now, I need to transfer my length, how long I want it to be. It isn't necessarily going to be that length. Depends on what the length of the actual plane itself is. Just in case it's slightly different. Because they did keep changing them. I dropped the roll on the floor. Oh, blimey. I was up the roof yesterday, and I've got fibromyalgia, and whenever I do any physical exercise or work, my muscles turn to jelly, literally. I got off the roof, and I could barely stand up. They're like, it's like I got off an exercise bike or something. And today they're aching and like jelly as well. So fibromyalgia is not great. I was never like that before. Right, so this particular one, I've got 65 millimeters total size, I would say. Now if I grab the other one, this fits inside that little hole, okay? So you could make it so it fits inside the hole and just comes over the top a little bit if you wanted to. But either way, I've got to think that's screwed all the way down. So the size has got to be whatever it is to the top, plus a little bit more, because you've got to allow a little bit of space to be able to screw it down tighter. So maybe undo it a little bit, and then check that measurement, which is currently 68. I'm going to work this on 70. Alright, so I can always take it down a little bit if I need to, but I can't add. No, just, I could have glue it on, I suppose, but I don't want to. Right, let's move that out of the way. So, what I'm going to use is a pencil that I've got here, and I'm going to mark where I want the bottom to be, where the top's going to be, and then each centres of each detail, and the edges of the details. So it gives me a bit of an idea. So I'll start with actually just marking the length. Now I don't want the end to be right on this centre because there's a hole in it and that might influence my drill bit. So I'll start fresh basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark the bottom. No, that's top. The top, so mark the top. So it's top. Now I'll mark 70mm down from that. Remember, it's going to might end up being slightly shorter by a tiny bit. I can't get it in there. I need a smaller rule. Let's get a smaller rule. Where are you, smaller rule? I know you were here somewhere because I was using you yesterday. That I was. And now you disappeared. It's really annoying when that happens, isn't it? When you put something down. Oh, there it is. I found it now. It's stuck to the bottom of a magnet. It's about right, isn't it? Alright, I've got a small one there, 70mm. So it's going to mark 70mm in this case. Depends what yours is, yours might be different. The thing about the knob is you can have it as tall as you like, you can have it like that if you want, you know, up here like that. If that's your thing. Big long one, that phallic symbol. A giant cod piece on top of your plane. No, I'm not going to do that though. No, because they're weird. Okay, so I've got marked the bottom, maybe a little bit more. And you can use a pairing chisel to start pairing that out, but then you'll be making the ends weaker. So what I really want to do is start taking the bulk of this material at the bottom here, and maybe start work my way down into it. So I'm not actually weakening the ends, because as I remove this material, the diameter is going to shrink. It's going to become smaller. First, I'll get a little parting chisel. Need sharpening. A bit closer. Not going all the way in yet. You imagine if I was using that big old chuck, I'd find it very difficult to get my tool resting, plus you'll be so close to the chuck with those jaws sticking out to wrap your knuckles. Yeah, or take your knuckles off. Well, either way, that'd probably hurt. Right, should I use skew? I might use a skew now. Just sharpen as I go. I've just got a little couple of diamond sharpeners down here. Nothing special. And that's going to be the top. The bottom. Move some of that in the line. Right, I'll put more details on there. Okay, need you. Right, so that is the top, that is the bottom. Just to remind me. And that is 10mm in from there, or about 12, is the centre. That's the centre of that raised area there. So on either side of that, I've got about 8mm, is it 8? Yeah, about 8mm either side of that. So my mushrooming is going to start from there. Let's mark that. So that area there, that's extreme. Just there. I might have to bring you a bit closer. How can I bring you closer so you can see a bit better? I could put you up there, couldn't I? That's what I could do. See if that'll work. Got a very dirty mask there. I'll put you up here. You can see a bit better. What do you reckon? I'll put that on there. You're knocking down my cleavage. Alright, there we go. Hey, that's better, isn't it? So, those two marks there represent either edge of that there. Okay, that edge there on that knob. So I'm going to remove more material here down to there. Now this one, I said fitted into there. I want it to fit just slightly over the top of this casting, the raised part of the casting, like I did on this one here. Yeah? So it's going to have a step. All right? That's where it slips into there, but it's slightly proud at that point. So I've got some verniers here. Oh, be happy. Life is too short to be miserable. You know that, don't you? Got to be happy. Happy playing with your wood. Not that wood. No, this wood. Right, so the diameter I want here for the outside edge is probably about there, which is about 31.5mm. Yeah, 31.5mm. So I'll put them up there as well. So that needs to go down to 31.5mm on that edge. It's not there yet. And then that'll give me my... So from that to there, then I'm going to recess it in a little bit at that point as well. Actually, just need to go down to that mark there, which is where I've done the part and chisels, actually the right size. So I'll take it down to there. before I get carried away, I just want to make sure I got this end right. Otherwise, it'll be wrong. Oh, well, that was moved. So that's good. Tighten up again. That's perfect. It's right on. Yeah. So that's going to be taken down a little bit deeper there. Let's double check the height again of that. So the overall length eventually is going to be about 64 to 65 millimeters overall from there to there. So currently that's where, as you can see there, that is going to be the length to there, because I did it slightly over, if you remember. So the part and chisel will be going in there, so that's going to be removed, that'll be gone. If you make it too short, you're going to have to shorten this rod. There, this threaded rod, which you don't really want to do you? I don't think so anyway. So I'll put the pair in, I don't go too deep there, just to mark it so I know where it is. But also I've got to create a bit of a recess there, because this is the full length of knob from inside there to the top of the screw. So what I don't want to do is make it obviously too long, and don't make it too short. So I'm just going to pare that back a little bit, which will be the final end. Then I want to create a little bit of a recess, which is the depth of this, just a little bit, to about there to whatever the inside diameter of that is. And then I know where I am on this end, and then I can just make my shape. I think that's the plan. Now, I don't use the lathe very much, as you can probably tell. Not too deep there. Right, so the next stage is going to be to create that little tiny recess in there, which is not very deep. I need the verniers again. Find the inside measurement there. The inside leg measurement, which is about 27 millimeters. So I need to get that little bit tiny, which is about 2 millimeters down. Yeah, so I'll leave that now. Oh, I know what's going on there now, so now what I can do is I can now leave that proud there. I don't want to touch that. So my recess, I can use my pencil. Oh, there it is. My recess, this is concave. If you look at that, that's actually concave there. It's narrower than the base. But you've also got to remember this base is wider, so I'm not going to get exactly the same shape. The actual base of the knob on this hand plane here is broader than this little number 4. So it's not going to be exactly the same shape, obviously. Oh, crikey, my lights have gone out. Oh, no. And they're back on again. If you wonder, I got them on the PIR, because what happens is we wander in the garden and forget with the full lights on. So I want to have a bit of recess here, which is probably going to centre about there. What's that? There's no need on the drive end here to go any deeper than that, because if you do, you can make it weaker for a start, because obviously you've been driven from this end, you could split it. But also, I'll just hop off the saw, there's no need to cut that any deeper. This here might come deeper near the end, but I think we're at a stage now where we can think about, well, sanding, I suppose. Make a little bit, what am I doing on the width there? Let's just check that. On the other one. I'll get some really coarse paper in a minute and just attack it with that first. So what's that? 27 mil, 26 mil. So I can go quite a bit deeper than that. Well, this one is 23 mil, which is good because I haven't got much definition just there. So I'm going to just take that down a little bit deeper at this point and try and get that down to 23 mil. It's got to be sanded, so say take that 24 mil. If that's all right, let's get some sandpaper on, shall we? Let's just change the belt, it's the speed. Don't do what I just did. I didn't unplug it. Hello. Spin a bit faster now. Let's just check the chat. Oh. Hello, Mad Monk. Oh, you want a foot switch? All right, okay, well, you can get like a sewing machine type foot switch, but you can get more of an industrial one, because a lot of those sewing machine foot switches are a little bit on the weak side. Now, over here, on the scroll saw, we have one just there, and they're about 20 quid, is all. And that's a much, yeah, as you say, it's a much more substantial thing. You know, and I've had it for a few years now, so I've used it loads on that old scroll saw. Well, it's covered in dust in a minute, but yeah, I do use it. In fact, there's videos on the channel. There we go. Good morning, Mac Had. Hope you're well. My friend Mad Monk. Thanks, Mad Monk. Hello, Jammery. Chisel and Dizzle. Up we go. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, steady on. Thank you. Great work. Great accent. Really? A lot of people can't understand what I'm saying. As a carpenter and joiner for over 40 years, I would like to know why you call clamps. I always call them clamps because they clamp things together. Right, where are we? I've just started using a lathe this past year, and I've just been to my first market and sold 6 bowls. Well done. 2 vases and a mushroom. I'm pretty pleased. You've done pretty good, actually. You know, you got some of these markets and what have you, and some people can't hard put to sell anything. So well done with that. Thank you, guys. Go. I'm Norfolk, mate. I'm from Norfolk, in the UK. Yeah, it's a little bit strained as well because I've got a problem with my vocal cords as well. So when I get a bit excited, I sound even worse. And I do get excitable. I do. I can't help it. It's who I am. So we have a roughly turned piece of oak. It's quite a coarse grained piece of oak as well. It's very old. It's very, very dry. It's probably over 100 years old, this little piece of oak. It's got a huge amount of figure in it though. But that, you know, I'll be fine. I could ebonise it if I wanted to. I haven't done the tote though, so as you say, because I've created a new tote on there. I haven't ebonised that, so it might be silly to do so. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Sometimes it's nice to mix things up though, isn't it? You know. Right, so I'll get some sand and gravy paper. I might use some discs actually. Got some used ones here. Just try them first. An opportunity to use the old part worns, because what happens when I use it on the old angle grinder with on a pad, it's trapped at high speed. It kills all the edges, but there's still plenty of abrasive there. So I might use that first. See what it's like. I've run out of flip and off the roll. Oh, and I forgot to put mask on. Look at lose that definition there. Okay, we're getting there. What you want to do is make sure you always run the paper under. So if it does grab, it throws it that way and just let go. If you notice, I'm using this tool here, and I was actually doing it in this direction because if it grabs, I'm not going to get the chisel in my hand. I had a box of all blooming different shaped sand things with bits of abrasive paper glued to it, and I can't find it. I don't know what I've done with it. I'll probably put it away somewhere safe, or something. I don't know. Something crazy's going on with me. Losing my mind, I am. Da 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 da. Obviously, there's a lot of friction, so it heats up. It's not quite there yet. It's certainly getting there, isn't it? Shame I can't actually have a bit more on there, but it's a bit more girth. But the actual hand plane body won't allow for it because of the the little socket part at the bottom of the hand plane is too small, too narrow, unlike that one. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to just get that a little bit finer, some finer paper. Burns through your fingers at the same time. If you do a lot of bowl work and stuff, you can get like special sanders on it to sticks. Or even little small DA, 50mm DA sanders are quite good. As for spinning, get a very good finish. I think that's looking right. So we'll take a little bit more from the top there, so just check the length. If I get all carried away, and I find I've gone too short. 65mm, that's what it says, wasn't it? So that is 65mm. That is okay. I'm doing that up a little bit more on the top there, I think. Do 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 do. Don't want to take too much off there, because that centre will split the end. I talk about getting with the paper a little bit better though. I'm quite happy with that shape so far. I think it's okay. I just want to get down there now, clean that off. the end there. A little tiny bit of tear right there. Just trying to sand out. We need to go in there with the coarse again. There's a little bit of tear out just on the end there. I've done with the chisel. Got your water. That's feeling pretty good. That last part I just cut off a saw, and I cut off a saw there, probably just a band saw or whatever, or hand saw. Either way, don't make any difference. So we'll just flatten that a little bit. Just a touch. And what happened to that? Where's? A bit wider that banding there than the original, but that'll do. Not after being exact. That's more defined, that's good. Oh, I think that'll do, won't it? That'll do. Now, you can grab a bit of shavings or what have you, can burnish it. Make it smooth if you want. I just literally cleaned up all my shavings. Oh, hang on, what's some here? There you go. This is like that. Make it really smooth. And what you do is you're burnishing it, so effectively burning it. I think I've burnt a line on there. Little line there. What's that all about? That's really smooth now. Okay, that'll do. I think think we can take it off there. You know, you can, if you turn the power down, you can actually cut it off, pare it off if you want, with a part and chisel. But I want to do it, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to cut it off. Then just sand the end, because I've got to drill a hole in the end of that one. This end doesn't matter because it's obviously going down, so basically, yeah, going into the part of the hand plane. I'll have to drill a clearance hole so it clears that bit, and hopefully that piece there should just sit in there. A bit of luck. Yeah, it should do. With a bit of luck. And then it should be okay. I think it looks okay. Okay so far? It's like a, I don't know, it's like a light pull. Anyway, we'll unplug this for now. I'll take you back over there. Oh, over we go. Oh, crikey, don't forget your light. Oh, crikey, fingers and thumbs. Oh, there we go. Got that. Okay. Let's put that back over here. And we'll get a hand saw on that and we'll cut it off. So we'll bring the chat up. Oh, it's up on it. Okay, that's good. Good. Hello, Sergeant Blub. Smokey, he's making a knob for his hand plane. I am, yes. My little Stanley Bailey No4. The little smoothing plane. Now, it did have a knob on it, which was, you know, okay if you like that kind of knob. But I like my kind of knob, which is like my knob. And it's not mushroom knobs. I just like the feel of them. I like the feel of a mushroomy knob. That I do, you know what I mean? Right. Unfortunately, the missus doesn't. So, there we go. That's the original one. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm probably going to relegate that for one of the other hand planes. So it's just, I'll go into the spare parts bin. So, this one we're going to be fitting on to there, and that'll go with that tote that we made yesterday. So first things first, we need to cut that off, and I could do it with the bandsaw. The problem with that idea is because there's the different width there and different width there, you're going to cut at an angle. I don't want to do that. It's going to be better just to put this in the vise, I think, and literally just do it by eye. I'm going to use my little tennis oil. I'll do that way. Cross grain. Just sit down on the job. I've got things all over the floor at the moment. It's really annoying. I don't feel I've got much light at that angle. So that way, there we go. Once you've got started and you're part way through and you know you've got your true, well then you know you can actually just put it any old angle in and just start cutting away, can't you? If I have to, I'll just back in the vise. I'll put it on the linisher and just whiz it a couple of times on a flat linisher just to make sure it's flat and not at an angle. This saw needs sharpening. That'll be another video. There you go. So, it's a little skewy fish. It's not that bad though. Right, so. Right, I'll get a file on that. I know where it's got to go because I can see the edge. File or rasp? Let's go for file. High there, low there. Okay. Da 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 da. All the way across. More on this, more weight on this side than the other, because this is where it's high. It's not now. It's fine now. That'll do. I can't obviously put it on yet because I need to drill my holes. So that'll be my next job. And I've got to drill the clearance holes before I drill the other holes. I'm going to leave that bit on there for the moment, so I can put that in there like that. I do actually have a centering tool over here. I've got a couple of centering tools actually, but I've got one I made, which is this here. I think there's a video on the channel actually making that. So I can actually put this on here like so, draw a line, turn it around, draw another line and another line, and where they all intersect, that's obviously the centre. So it works. It does. Honest. Call me Honest Bob. Right, here we go. So if I put it on there like so, draw a line, turn it around. I'll do it 3 times normally. Twice is probably enough, but I do it 3 times. And that gives me a little cross in there. Let me show you. And where they intersect, you know, centre, don't you? You know? So you can use it as a way of working out the centre of a circle. Very handy. So just literally just a right angle with a 45 degree, like so. That's my little centering guide. Or if you've got one of the like a combination square with the attachment like that, that is your centre finder. Right, so let's put that in there. I need to know what size that clearance is. So I need more vernier. Where's the vernier? Put the chisels back as you go. These are quite good chisels. They're all high-speed steel ones. So not the tungsten carbide, but they're high-speed steel. So they're still pretty good. And these are a Diamic. Diamic chisels. They're getting on a bit now. I've had them quite a while actually. They don't look that old, but they are fairly old. Why the verniers covered in sawdust. They were hiding. They were hiding. Sitting down on the job again. Right, so I need a diameter of that, so I can draw the clearance for that one. Now do these holes first, obviously splint all the edges. If you do the main hole that's got to go all the way through first, you will literally just split, especially this side doesn't matter, but on the other side, which is going to be cleaned up and it's going to be where the little brass nut's going to be, you know, that little thing there. You don't want it all splintered around it, do you? You want it sort of reasonably tidy. Anyway, it's saying I need, well, 13 mil. Have I got a 13 mil? I must have a 13 mil somewhere. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to start it a little bit with that one. Oh, not quite. Oh, smaller jaw on that, really. Start with that one. That's it. That's in the middle. I need a clearance hole. That I do. That I do. That's too small. Boom, 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 boom. And what's that one? It's not far off the mark. That's not far off the mark. Anything that's not going to go in that drill, is it? No, I'll tell you what we'll do is we're going to go over to the pillar drill, I think, and put it in the vise and do it under the pillar drill. Because I ain't going to work, boys. Right, so we've got the vise here. I think that's okay. Dear Mrs. has been peeling apples all day. Preparing apples. Not pears, no, just apples. I don't know what happens to our pears every single year. Someone steals them, I think. I think we've got a pear thief. Okay, that feels about right. That's good size. Using a Forstner. Force it with a Forstner. Right, let's try to keep that centre. Forcing a bit, that's going to be fun. How we doing? How we doing? That looks right. think that's deep enough. I'm just going to grab the plane so we can see for ourselves if it's deep enough. Might not be. Might not even be wide enough. There's a bit of tape on there. That's just. I don't know what I'm going to do though. I'm just going to retract this flat plane iron. So I keep. I've left it out. So just retract that before I take the edge off. There you go. This is when I find out the bit was too small or something stupid. So it should slide on there. Oh, it's not far off the mark. Do it on the tight side. I don't want to split it. So I think we'll be deeper for a start. This casting here is not the sides aren't parallel. There's a slight taper to it, which is a bit annoying. Let's see if we can. Let's put it over here so it's flat. Let's see if we can get a bit. Oh, that's doing it. Just sort of tapering it from the edge. It's not ideal. The original one obviously would just been oh, there it goes. That's fine now. So that's seating on there quite nicely now. So now I just need to cut that end off, which I think I'll just do with the bandsaw, and I'll use a linisher to clean it up, and then we can look at making the hole in there for the brass nut. I've got a bandsaw over here that I can just borrow. In a second. Where is it? Is it there? No. Oh, look, at the end of it. There you go. I could just use an axe. Or not. Right, it's going to be a bit tricky. Right, a second, move it a bit higher. Cool. I'll just chop that off there. Now, so I'm going to clean that rest off just using the linisher. Let's put the it's going alright so far. Sometimes you do this sort of thing, it tends to break on you. The only mistake I did just make was I should have actually marked the centre of the nodule off that before I did that. Because it's going to be harder now to work it out the middle. Because I cut it off and just smoothed it off, so I can't actually see the middle now. So I'll get my little my centre gauge again, because I think that'll work. What a silly person! Right, like that. Pencil. There we go. So I'm just going to use this again. Mark that centre. Oh, that'll work. That's all right. I'll get my centre point. So that's going to across there. I've got 105 people there. Hello there, 105 people. I hope everybody is having a lovely Sunday. And if you want to make sure I see your chats or what have you, there's a super chat down below, and I'll make sure I respond. I do check the chats regular anyway, but if you're in a hurry, right, I'll put that in there like that. I'm going to do the recess hole before I drill the hole all the way through. Once I've got that, then some final sanding, a bit of oil and stuff, and then we can screw it into place and then take some shavings. I think that's a plan. I love when a plan comes together. Right, so what size is that again? I did have a draw bit over that I was using for that on the other plane. It's about 11 millimetres. Was it that one? Or was it that one? I don't know actually. What's that? That's a ½ inch. So it's 12.7. And that one's, that was the one. That's the one. I don't have a Forstner bit small enough, unfortunately. So I have a nice flat bottom hole. That's not the end of the world. Now I've got to try and keep that centre. Otherwise it look like a diabolical mess. And the depth needs to be whatever the depth of the brass is. And then we can drill the whole way through then. And hope I've got my measurements right. Right, here we go. How are we doing on that? That's looking good. I hope so anyway. I'm cutting end grain at the moment. Yeah, I've got a light up there, I must put that one. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit brighter. La 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 la. Oh, another 2.5 mil. Say 3 mil, because then it'll be slightly shallow then. I can always put a washer under it if I have to. Keep that. That's about right. So it's just below the surface. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. Right, so now I need to drill the hole all the way through. The only thing is here, I've got to make sure the hole as it comes through here is dead centre on that side as well at the same time. I'm just going to grab my long drill bit. So there's what I did last time, I drilled it from both directions last time. Make sure it meets up. So I'm not going to drill through in one hit, otherwise I'm likely to go in the wrong place. It don't matter if there's a slight stagger in the hole inside, because no one's going to see it, are they? No one's going to see it, it's going to make any difference to the function of the plane at all. Just want to make sure it ends up in the centre. If it doesn't end in the centre, it's going to be a bit difficult to get it to line up on there, isn't it? So what we'll do is we'll draw part way down. We'll draw part way down first, then I'll spin it over and it should line up, hopefully. But we'll see. These are extra long drill bits. So that is the right size, it is good. So we'll put it back in here. Let's just throw it away that way. Flush that way and see what happens, shall we? Line up. There we go. Here we are. So not going all the way in. Spin it around. Go from the other direction. Hopefully it lines up. Hopefully. Make sure it ends up in the middle. Now you can drill this hole using the lathe, and then you're more likely to get that dead centre. Well, but that doesn't work very well unless you're using the chuck. Okay, that is all the way through, I think. Let's see if I've got any light. I've got light. It's light. Does that go through? And it goes through. And yep, and it looks perfect at that end as well, if you like. Right, so we'll dry fit that on there. I'll tell you what, we'll go back to the bench now, because we're kind of finished with this pillar drill now. So that's going to go in there like that, and that's going to be screwed down, and then we've got a new knob. Everybody wants a new knob now, don't you? Huh? I've been wanting one for years, so missus. Anyway. There we go. Oh, look at this mess. Drawers all left open. Crikey. Right, I'm quite happy that that is going to work a treat. We'll work some oil on that in a minute. Give it a clean up. It's tight as a, yeah, a bit, well, isn't tight yet, but it will be tight. Wow. I think that looks really nice so far. Should put some oil on it, you know. I did notice on the tote there needs a bit of tweaking at that point there, so I've been sanding that a little bit by bit, because I felt that was, my finger wasn't quite in the right place. I felt that was brushing the bottom of my finger at that point. I've took quite a bit off it now, so it should be alright now actually. But anyway, let's finish sanding that up. I'll leave it in there, sand that up, and we'll use this 180 there in a minute. We'll go down to what, 320 probably. $40. Oh my god, run that 320. I ain't got no 320 there. I'll take it off in a second as well, because on what's that on there? That'll there. I've got some abrasive cloth here, that'll do it. I think that's good enough, isn't it? Right, let's remove that because I need to lube it. Got to lube your tool, you know. Got to lube your tool. That's what happens when you get older. Sorry. I'm terrible. Right. Where's my lube? Oh, there's some lube, that'll do. With engine oil will do. We should put a bit of oil down here. We should put some oil on that threaded rod. Spin it around, it goes all the way around. These corrode inside the knobs, you see, otherwise if you don't, you know, lube. I put a little bit of paint on there as well to help seal it, but generally it's better to put a little bit of oil on it. And it just stops it from, or helps prevent it from corroding inside the knob. Right, so first. Now what I generally do here, I don't think I'm going to need to on this one, but I'm not sure I do it. I'll just try and show you. I use a glue gun, because it takes up any slack. And if you're not going to take it off again, you know, which I can't see me take it off anytime soon. They'll come off easy anyway. I want my oil. Is any oil left in there, or has it gone off? There's a bit in there. Hasn't gone off yet. I use some teak. All I'm using is teak oil. That's all I'm going to use. So what I'll do is put a bit of oil down here. I don't want this little gasket I'm putting on here of hot melt glue. I don't want that to stick to that side. I just want it to stick to this side. That probably won't stick that well anyway. But what it does is, when it goes off, it creates like a little. It fills the voids, the spaces. That's basically that's the plan. It'll fill the voids and the spaces. That prevents that kind of extra slack, that sloppiness that you can get. So plonk it on there like that, and then tighten that screw down so make sure it's right in there. There you go. A bit more than that. Where's my screwdriver? Well, no, that's all I wanted. I don't want to damage the head with a small screwdriver. So make sure it's right down. That's it, that's there. Cool. And now, what we'll do is put a bit of teak oil, which I've got a little pot here. It's probably start to stiffen up a little bit actually. That's from yesterday. No, that's not too bad. Let's just put some teak oil on it. I am going to take a few shavings with it as well, to christen it. Although I did take some shavings with it yesterday actually, we put the tote on, because I had the old knob on it. But that looks so much better, and also Oh, hang on, that in properly. In properly there. Right, in all the way down for some reason. Wind that all the way down. Oh. Do. Oh, that's it now. That's good. That's good. So I know it's wet still. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. All good, because I want to actually show you. Take a few shavings with it. Just push it off. It's not seating as well as I'd liked, so I probably would end up taking it off again. I don't know why. I might need to create a bit more clearance around. Remember the clearance hole I put in the middle there? I might need a bit more clearance around. I might have gone a little bit tight. Okay. I will do that later. It needs to go down a little bit more. No, I'm going to do it now. It's winding me up. Do you ever do that? When you're quite happy with something, you go, I need to do something about that. I'm not happy with that. That's kind of what I'm doing now. I don't understand what's going on. Come on, unscrew, 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 unscrew. There you go. Just remove that little gasket. Well, that's stuck to the wood, you know. Blimey. Ah, I see what's going on. I think it's because the hole is fraction tiny bit out of centre, and the hole for the actual rod is so blooming tight. It's not going right over. So if we move that out of there. That's not deep enough. Or did my... Ah, I see what's happened. Oh, I see what's happened. You know, I put the glue in there, that cooled down quicker, then I got it screwed down. There's a lump of glue on the top of it. You know, the hot melt glue. And that's what stopped it going down. Because I wasn't quick enough. I will do it again though, but I won't put it on the top this time. I will make sure it's only on the edges. That's the thing we go live, isn't it? You see all people's cock-ups as well. Well, people mess up. So also, I said, I know what you word. Before the watershed. A little bit more off there. Family show. Let's have a look. How's that now? Still not all the way down. Oh, I see. Okay, that cooled down really quickly. Don't normally, not as quick as that normally. Now it's bedding. That's nice now. Ah, oh, dear me. Right, let's get just around that edge this time. Right, get it down. Right, all the way down quickly. Quickly does it. Oh, I should put that one in first, shouldn't I? Hold it down. Hold it down. Keep it tight. Quick as you can go. How's that? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love when the plan comes together. Now it's seating. That's good. That's good. I'm happy. Right, let's put a bit of wood there, see if we... I know it's not to do with the knob, but just... See, when I actually use the hand plane, I don't use this hand plane. I use it like that. All right, generally, if I'm doing an edge on the edge, I know you don't use a smoothing plane, it's not necessarily the case, but that's how I tend to hold it. I put my finger there like so, and that guides me on the edge. Now, if you use a smoothing plane for truing up edges, just you need to make sure you sharpen that perpendicular to the edges so it's square, right? But if you're using it as a smoothing plane, so I do have two plane irons really, you then have a slight camber, slight convex. There we go, nearly there. I sharpened this yesterday, it should be sharp. Oh, back a bit. Ooh, very fine. So very very thin shavings at the moment. So yeah, that's playing quite nicely. Now this plane has got a camber to it, so the shaving's a bit thinner on the edges than they are in the centre. And I'll show you that on the flat now. So I'll spin it round, put it on the flat. And trip over this whopping great clamp I got on the floor. Right. Now, when I take a shaving for this, if I'm only taking a wisp of shaving off, it shouldn't be as wide as the plane because there's a camber on the plane iron. So if that's probably a little bit too whispery. Take it up that way a bit. Now, if we look at this shaving here, you shouldn't, if it is, it's wrong. But you see that shaving I just took off here is not as wide as the plane iron. Because it's not as wide as the plane iron, it's because the corners of the actual plane iron are not engaging with the wood. And that's because there's a camber, there's a slight camber to the plane iron. And so it's only cutting in the middle, and that's for smoothing. That's correct. Okay. Now, if you're worried about only cutting in the middle, it means your plane iron has got the right camber on it. If you're using it as a smoothing plane, after all, this is a smoothing plane with a nice new knob. That it is. So that's when I use it. With the knob, I hold it like that. You see, I don't. Well, you can hold it like that if you want to. Don't mean to, but I hold it like that. Which is how I do it. And on here, with this tote. And what I'm going to do is, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to put it on my Patreon account. It'll be free. I'll put a couple of patterns on there for these totes. One for a small plane, like a smooth, one for like a 5, 6, or 7. And I'll do the same. I'll put a pattern on there for a knob, which gives you a rough idea of the sort of size. And now the thing about the knobs and the totes, you have to need to look at your plane as well and see what works right for you. As you can see, that isn't very high there, but that's because that's the length of the rod, the original rod. That is the height of the original tote. Now, if you've got big, whopping great hands, you might decide, hang on, or replace the rod, or lengthen the rod by adding a piece of metal with a welder to make it a little bit longer. So your hand or your tote is a touch taller if you've got whopping great. This is fine for me because I've got fairly big hands, but they're not, they're not, not huge hands. They're not tiny either. Tell you what I've got a effing big head. I've got a 60cm head of me. Carol measured, that's sort of 61 actually. Why have I got a big head? Is it because I've got a fat body? I've got a big nugget. So that is the smoothing plane. And you should be able, large surfaces, take lots of shavings without loads of tram lines to the edge of the hand plane. That is the point. So if you're smoothing up a tabletop or something like that, you're not going to end up with like, oh, crikey, I just done that. Oh, blimey, I've got to go over it again, then over it again, and over it again. If that has happened, that's because your plane iron isn't sharpened for that purpose. Now, somebody mentioned in the comments on one of my videos about, oh, quite, I'm glad for this video because, oh, yeah, I could do one of them to clean up the tabletop regarding an electric hand plane. Now, you can't clean up tabletops with electric hand planes because, same reason what I was explaining to you a moment ago, the cutters are straight. You know, even the little replacement cuts, they haven't got no camber on. Because they've got no camber on, every time you run it over the top, you're getting another tram line you've got to remove. Another tram line you've got to remove. So that's, you know, hand tools, you know, you can make them work, you know, because they just do, you know. They just work, you see. What are these little wispies? Tiny little wispy shavings, you know. Now, if it depends on the wood that you've got. You can obviously depend on how thick, you're thin you can get your shavings. If you think that's a piece of pine, if you listen to that, it sounds like crepe paper. It's nuts. It's just nuts, it is. Anyway, let's have a look at the chat. Because I've spent all my time on that lathe, and it's like I haven't been speaking to people. It's naughty, isn't it? Right. Oh, Joe! Hello, my friend. Hope you're well. Oh, you're lurking. He's lurking, he is. Hello, lurker. You're like peeping Tom, you are. Oh, da 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 da. Oh, quite, we're getting a lot of trolls there, matey. Thanks for sorting them out. Much appreciated. Just hit the subscribe. Nice one. What we make? I'll be making the totes and the knobs for this little hand plane. This is a Stanley Bailey. It's not an old one. It's a post 1970s, which ain't the best tools. They're good, but the older ones are better, you know. But saying that, now that I've sort of like, you know, getting a bit of a TLC, I've changed the lever cap. I think they're just the older ones were just nicer made, nicer castings. Put a new knob on it, a new tote on it, and cleaned it all up, made sure everything's greased up and sorted it out again. It didn't need a paint up because the paint job on it was still in pretty good condition. There's no point adding, you know, because this is obviously a baked enamel finish on there, I imagine, which is in fairly good order. I trued the sole up. It's still a bit of pitting on the bottom there still, because this was my user. When I need to take my tools on site, what have you, on the boats, this is the one I'd be taking with me. That and a number 5. And the thing is it gets damp, and then they rust in your tool bag, and you forget about them, and oh God, I should have sorted that out when I got home, and I didn't. So that's why it's a bit pitted. Now isn't that bad, but I could remove it. But then you're just making it thinner, aren't you? And then sometime in the future, I'm probably going to have to true the bottom up again. So I don't think there's any point. At the end of the day, it is creating, you know, nice sort of shavings. It is, and as long as you get it sharp enough, you can do a good job. And obviously, depending on the wood that you're using, because this is only a crappy old piece of pine, and yeah, if you're using a nice clean piece of oak, you can get really nice shavings. If you're using a bit of walnut, I quite use a bit of French walnut here, hence this other hand plane, which I'll put down somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, over here. This one that has walnut on that knob there. That's walnut and cherry and a cherry tote on that number 5. That's the Stanley Bailey as well. It's quite an old one. It's a wartime Stanley Bailey. But you know, it's the thing is that you can pick these tools up. You can if you. They do still turn up for very little money, where people just try to get rid of stuff. Those who know what they are, obviously, they're asking a song for them, you know, if you look on eBay and that. But if you look at, say, for instance, on some of these, flea markets and brocants in France or car boots, they still crop up, you know. Some like, what, a tenner for one or something, 20 quid or something, you know, it's definitely worth buying. Because the modern hand planes and the modern standards, they ain't very good. You know, you can make them a reasonable tool, but you have to do a lot of work on them. The soles won't be flat, and you'll find, because the way that they're made now, where they're not actually, the iron's not seasoned, what happens is over a period of time, every time you use them or bang them about, that built-in tension in the iron becomes released, I suppose, and then it can create dips over a period. It's tiny amounts, but over a period of time, they just lose all their stability. Oh, we got to play with your wood, that you have. Oh, nice knob polishing. There that is, Joe. It's sod. I do like a bit of innuendo. I just think it's funny. I'm a bit childish, you know. So, can you make ultra-thin shaved wood, please? I think I just did, didn't I? You can't go ultra-thin with this stuff. It's only a bit of old pine. It's not a very good bit of pine either. It's quite coarse-grained. But, you know, I think that's fairly crispy and thin, wouldn't you say? I suppose you can get even thinner, but I'd have to spend a bit more time on the plane iron. And also, these are just the 2mm plane irons in here. I would stand more like getting ultra-thin. Now, some people say, well, you need a bigger plane and stuff like that for ultra-thin plane shavings, but you don't. What you'll find is the longer your plane, like this number 7 here, you'll find there'll be more times where it won't be in contact with the actual wood because it's been bridged from top and bottom. So what you want is a fairly short plane, no more than a number 5 or 4, and then you want a decent plane iron. The plane iron is key. This is just a standard Stanley plane iron. Yeah, you can get that pretty darn sharp, to be fair. But when you get, like, for instance, in these two planes here, these have got the Victor hand-forged plane irons in. Totally different kettle of fish. Plus the chip breaker, the Clifton chip breakers in there. And they don't chatter. You don't feel that kind of vibration. And the noise is different. The sound is different. It's more positive. And so, yeah, if your wood is true, you get your wood true first. You should be able to get fairly, well, to be fair, I do actually get long, thin shavings out of that. But it all depends on the wood as well, doesn't it? You know, what wood you use. And if you've got a piece of wood like this piece got knots in it, you're not going to get long, thin shavings because the knots will affect your void. So, yeah. But, you know, quite a nice bit of quarter sawn in there, look. Bit of quarter sawn oak. Now, I did toy the idea of ebonising it and ebonising that, but I don't know if I will. At the end of the day, it's quarter sawn, and if I ebonise it, you lose all the quarter sawn, and it looks quite pretty, and it feels more positive. So that can. Sebastian, what are you doing? I've got my dog in here. What are you doing, Bear? He's skittish. It's nut, that one is. So anyway, the pride place that can go in there now. Another very usable tool, and it is. So as you can see, I've already done these many years ago. I've done with totes on these 3 there. I need to do this, these 2 here. I've got my scrub plane and my number 5 there. But I've already got a number 5 I just restored, that might end up going to may have a cabinet that I'm going to build, which is going to be going over there. So that might be another live stream even. Bob Villa! Oh, Bob Villa's going to hunt me down, is he? And what about this old house as well? Norm Abram and his biscuit joiner. Flippin' hell. I like Norm he's got to get on a bit now, hasn't he? Norm Abram, he's still about. And that's my biscuit joiner. It's basically the same one that he used to use, I think. So anyway, there's a dual biscuit joiner. But you'd put cabinet doors together and stuff with it. You can't put cabinet doors together with a biscuit joiner. Silly. They never get hold together. He used a bedan. Smoky. Where we are. Oh, what have I missed? I started using a lathe. Okay, you've been making some money at that. That's good. Oh, crikey, I'll give it a go. I'm not sure how sharp that plane is, but, you know. I'll find a better piece of wood. That's a bit naughty. What's up, Wally? You what? Oh, crap, let me just give the dog a treat. Give a dog a bone. There you go. All right, are you happy now? Probably not. You'll probably come back for another more. Right, so what have I got? It's a bit better than that. I can get a reasonable shaving out of. That isn't full of knots. And is it sharp enough? That's the thing. It's a bit cherry, but it's got a knot in it. It's a bit wide because it's a smoothing plane. It needs a bit narrow because it's got a camber in the plane iron. Oh, that's not a very nice piece. Oh, there's a piece of oak. Bit of quarter sawn. Might have some luck at that. Let's see. can't do full width because it's got a camber on that plane iron. So I won't do, the edges will be too thin to be able to hold together. I sharpened this yesterday, but I didn't go all the way with it, so see how thin we can go. I'll have to clean this off first because it's got a sawn edge. Nice piece of quarter sawn again. So let's just clean it off first. And when you see these Japanese woodworkers and they're getting those really fine shavings, those plane irons, they're flipping out. I mean, they are serious things, forged, am I? Right, I think that's true. A little bit low there. That's true now. Let's see how thin we can go. Getting requests. Right. Let's go before. I'm going to retract the plane iron until it stops biting. And back a little bit. Now, when they do that, they pull the plane to themselves as well. Let's try and maintain constant contact all the way through. I'd love to have some of them plane irons, you know. But also, you need to be able to sharpen them as well. Okay, let's try that. I'll just put a dip in the middle there. Well, that's fairly wispy. Make a little bit more on that side. Probably get a little bit thinner than that. Got a curl to it. Look at the way it goes. With the tension and the wood's released, and it's going to the right. Now, at the moment, I'm looking at this. It's slightly thinner on that edge than it is on this edge. So it means the skew on the actual plane itself is more one way than the other. So I need to bring it round a little bit. If you want to support the channel, there is the super chat down below, and then and also got the PayPal, not PayPal, the Patreon. I'll get my worms out in a minute. Let's try it again. It's a little bit thinner. That's thinner than the last one, and I think it's more even. So can I go even thinner? Definitely more even. But you see with the grain of the wood, you see, so it all depends on the wood that you've got as well. Because this one's come out like it's got loads of cuts in it. See? Yeah, all the way along there. This one here is the same, but this one's got tension more on one side probably because it's thicker than the other way. Hello, my dear wife. How are you? Done it. Perfect. Done it.
So now your plan was. So now you're playing with.
Yeah, so I'm playing with shavings. Look what a nice plane. Look at that. Oh, any proud? What you been doing, darling? You want to tell people what you've been doing? What you been doing? Messy work. Apples. You've been peeling and canning apples from the apple trees. Oh, you made apple cake. Ooh. What sort of apple cake? Apple and
cinnamon.
And cinnamon.
Vinegar.
Vinegar.
And sugar, yeah.
It's vinegar.
You liked it, I did it last time.
Oh, okay then. I'll take your word for it then. That was very nice. Oh, actually, it's probably so the apples don't go brown. Would that be it? The acid? I was just guessing. I'm guessing, maybe. But then we use citric acid for that, wouldn't you? Right, I had a request. Got 140 people. Oh God, 115 now. Yeah, they said, how thin can you make a shaving with that hand plane? And considering I didn't spend too much time actually sharpening it yesterday, I think it's actually fairly thin. I'll try to go a little bit thinner. What do you reckon? Try to go a little bit thinner. You getting cold? Won't be long. We've got a new wood burner come tomorrow. It's only a cheap one. That's for the office. We were going to put a pellet burner in there, and I realised I record in there, which we do, don't we? We record videos in there, and it's like they'll be a bit noisy. Because Pelletbird's got a fan in, constantly running, they'll be really
We
noisy.
do have a lot of surplus wood.
And plus we have fire starters. And yeah, all that as well. It's only a small wood burn, because all we need in there. It's only about 7 kilowatt, it's only a small one. So we've got the one in the lounge as well. We have got a full central heating system in the house. It's you have a big wood fired. It uses too much wood. It's not environmentally friendly, is it? Right, I've actually retracted that blade a little bit. So is that thinner? I reckon if I worked on that plane on, I could get them a little bit thinner. There's enough strength in this. That's definitely thinner.
The only bad thing is I haven't done your roast.
What the fuck? You made me jump! She's best met my air compressor. Did you just sod?
I've got cake in the oven.
She ain't a bad sort, that one, really, actually. I think she's a keeper.
So it's either reheated curry or jacket potato or something.
Well, actually, my curry was really good.
So what we
And that rice we did was really nice. Got something like that rice left?
Yeah, could do some fries with it as well. Even.
Fries. We had fries earlier.
Fries.
I love fries. Every time we have them done, there's
I'll make
in
small
a bad
rice.
tummy. Well, fries would. That's like an English thing, isn't it? You know. Right. I'll try and go even thinner. That is the thinnest so far. I've got a micrometer somewhere. Where's that gone? You find that. That does feel pretty damn thin though. If you look at, very thin in fact. Let's see if we can go a little bit thinner. You see? Oh, God, that's sharp, I tell you. I literally just sliced a bit of skin off my finger on the edge of the piece of wood. That's yeah, it's your fault. Make me do thin shavings. Right, let's see if we go a little bit thinner. Got to retract it just a touch. Then I've got to go back again because obviously the slop and the pay and the actual mechanism. Is it possible? Still grabbing a little bit? Yeah. Let's see if that takes a shaving. I can feel it biting. You got to keep the pressure down. Oh. There we are. I think that's as thin as we're going to go before it starts falling to pieces on you. Which is starting to fall pieces now, isn't it, let's say. But if you've got the slightest bit of undulation in your wood, obviously the plane will bridge across those undulations. It becomes too thin. So you have to apply a lot of pressure down to make sure you've got full contact all the way along. But that is clearly thinner than that one. And that one's thinner than wherever it's gone. It was here. Oh, then that one. That's the one that was slightly not true. It wasn't a flat shaving. It's thicker on this edge and that edge. That's why it went in a bit of a curl. So yeah, but I think that one's pretty darn thin. Have I got to go any thinner than that? I don't know if I can go much thinner than that. Oh God, it's really light. You see that? The wind blowing it. The wind stopped blowing now. That's it. One more try. Let's see if I go. But then I think that'll have to be it. So I'm going to retract the plane iron again. To touch. Back again. To biting. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Cool. That is definitely as thin as I can go on that one. I think there's a slight nick in the plane iron as well. It must be a tiny, tiny nick though, because it's creating two separate shavings. That's a telltale sign that there's a little nick in that plane iron. I might need to do a bit more work on it. But yeah, I don't know. It is pretty thin. Let's try one more shaving. I'm not going to try to go thinner because that's not going to work. Be nice and slow. Keep the pressure down. There you go. It's fragile. Yeah, it's pretty fragile. I do think I might, like I said, I think there's definitely a little nick in that plane iron. It might be in the wood, but I think it's probably the plane irons. Tiny little nick in the edge, I reckon. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, there you go. That's with just a standard plane iron, and it's the number 4 Stanley Bailey with my new knob and tote. So I'll put that back in there. Back into its house where it was before. Now I put these little things in there, little bits of foam, not foam, little bit of felt at the bottom here. It just raises it away, so you're not putting the plane iron down on anything. So people say, hey, you know, it's wood, isn't it? You're not going to wear it, are you? Well, it's meant for cutting wood. Yeah, but it does wear, because vibration in the space, what have you, frequency, if you like, it's just a tiny, tiny amount of movement constantly. It's rubbing. So I'd rather not have it in contact. There was Wally. Yeah, Caroline. Wallybois boo-boo. Anyway, I am going to call it. Even I've got 83 people here. It's been quite a good day. A lot of people coming. That's good. Nice to see them. What have you? I'm trying to go live a little bit more. Hello, Axe tries woodworking. Alex. I've just started using a lathe this past year. Oh yeah, as you're saying, and you've been selling stuff. So I bet you are pleased with that. There's something nice about it. Because it just gives, when you sell something, just for showing them it's there and you've sold something, because you get a warm fuzzy feeling inside, doesn't it? You know, that it's like an endorsement that somebody likes what you're doing. That is nice. That is nice. And it's not always that easy. You know, there's a lot of people do these things and they just can't get the stuff sold. And it depends on the markets and that, you know, and depends on the area they're in as well, where people want to spend money. You know, and obviously your pricing is obviously very important. So, yep, thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks Mad Monk and Joel and whoever else are here, moderators, isn't it? And those who have been watching us play with the lathe, making the knob of the little hand plane over there. And my next project, what's that going to be? I might start making my open cabinet, woodworking cabinet, which is going to be going on here, so I can start sorting out my other tools and everything and get them on display. So that's just an idea. And I'm going to use whatever I have got kicking about. I'm not buying anything for it. But I might even go live when I'm drilling the blinking great hole through the wall for my new fire to put the flue through. Crikey, these walls are like 2 foot thick in this house. Yeah. Anyway, toodaloo, and thanks again. Until next time, be seeing ya. Don't forget to boot the old like button. Helps the channel, you know.